just had like an hour-long conversation about why we play games.
It's the nature of games.
Yeah.
You know, the nature of playing games. It's like, you play games for different reasons. I'm gonna try and sort of.
Yeah. I play to win.
Well, the thing is about games is that there's two sort of angles to it. Let's look at Sword later. Doesn't it look like Bucky's begging you? Aren't you the popular one? It's a very Japanese thing to say, by the way.
What?
Yeah. Maybe the little like laugh or giggle. But how does he open those doors?
With his straight brute force.
But they're like sideways doors. Oh, those are disgusting in this game. Oh,
Skulltula!
Disgusting.
I keep forgetting it's not hold.
It isn't that bad.
No, it's just I'm not used to it. I'm used to everything else. Oh. Shimmy. I can't shimmy.
Can't shimmy?
Oh.
No siddle?
No siddle.
It's supposed to be sidle. Look at this skull on the abdomen.
Yep. That is a skull.
That is extremely
Gross skull.
like gritty.
I don't remember how to make the monkey. Anyway, what were you saying?
So there's two central things, right? There's the extrinsic reward and the intrinsic reward, right? And so when you play a game, and when you play a game and you're grinding, and you're not really that interested in what you're actually doing, but you're doing it because you're going to get a reward, I guess a shiny or an achievement or something like that. And that is the extrinsic reward. The reward is not in the activity itself. The reward is in the end goal. The intrinsic reward is something that's the opposite, basically. It's something that you find intrinsically entertaining, and you find rewarding. The activity might not have any reward at all, but because you find it fun, that in itself is the reward. And so, to someone like you, Octo, maybe you might find intrinsic rewards more meaningful, like because there's no real reward for beating someone in Smash Brothers.
No.
It's
Other than stats.
Yeah. So it's mostly an intrinsic reward thing. So, but I mean, me, I think I'm a little more. I mean, I care about intrinsic rewards as well, because obviously I play Smash more for fun. Oh, what's going on? Has there been a monkey fight? Oh no! Now we can't go any farther. We might as well go back. I don't know what's going on, but it seems like she wants to take you somewhere. So maybe you should just follow her.
Why can't they open the doors?
Because they have more monkey arms. They're not ape arms, they're monkey arms. There's a big difference.
Yeah, that's a good point. Oh. I need the boomerang for that.
Spoilers.
Well, they saw the boomerang.
You didn't know that you were going to get that. Now you do.
Well,
that's spoiling the game for everybody.
Oh no, an 8-year-old game? Oh no, an item in Zelda that's been ever since the first one?
You can't do that when you're doing Let's Play. You can't be like, oh no, this game is like 5 years old. It's not like it'll be a spoiler or anything.
Oh no, an item that's been in every single Zelda game, excluding Zelda 2?
That's not the point though. The point is spoilers.
Man.
Also, freaky monster chicken. Get him.
Oh, Okacho, right?
So horrifying.
Looks like an Easter egg on the back of its head.
It does. I think it's purposeful. Oh, at last. Gracious, once I got in there, I couldn't squeeze back in. Out, rather. You want big help, thanks. I've been looking for something in here, you see. Gracious, yes. You must need something here, too. Shall we try working together for a while, fellow adventurer? You may not think of it that much, but I can be quite helpful. I can even warp you out of here if you want to leave. So don't think of me as a burden. Let's get started. What a scoop!
Look at Link, he's like, okay.
Okay.
Also, this monkey has a tattoo.
And it's a very freaky face. It's got like a pony face.
Yup.
Lantern?
No need. Oh, there's there is need right there. Rolling into stuff. Okay.
Rolling the dough.
Rolling
Who wants
with
to
the
roll?
devil.
Who wants to roll and go? Come on. Spider.
Eh. And you're dead. I don't know why I jumped over here. I don't have a key.
That was a very smart idea from that spider's perspective, huh?
Nope. You think spiders are dumb?
No dumber than any other insect, I would think. You know?
What's the dumbest animal? Lemming, maybe?
Lemming, sheep.
Sheep, horse.
A horse, I wouldn't think that. I wouldn't say so.
I think horses are dumb.
Who else? I don't know. Fly. Cows fly.
Yeah. Although it can
They'll-
outsmart you when you move your hand.
That's just your reflexes. They're not actually smart though, because they're like, I'm gonna fly over to this pinkish thing, fly over to it, then he gets shoot off. He goes, I'm gonna try that again, and then he does it again, and then they shoot away. One more time, and then he just keeps doing it over and over again. It's like, just go away. This area of the flesh, you cannot go in here. You'll get shoot away. So stop doing it.
You say that, but it could be eating the dead skin off.
I don't think that's what happens.
So it's like,
I don't think
oh
it's
man, a
that
delicious meal. You don't think? I thought that's why flies are attracted to humans.
Plus, I tried it to humans. I tried it to like carrion type stuff.
Flies are attracted to me. What about you? They land on me all the time.
What? Okay, really?
Yeah.
Well, they land on me sometimes too, but like that's what the point is, that you shoot them away and then they
Yeah,
stop.
but I mean that could be what they're doing. Like they're feeling around.
But I don't
and
think so.
figuring- I don't know, man. You never know. I don't know. I don't know flies.
Well, mosquitoes are the same story.
Yeah.
It's like, if
I
I
hate
just keep
mosquitoes.
going back here, eventually, maybe.
Eventually, you're gonna die, mosquito. I'm gonna kill you. Eventually.
Yep.
You ever do the thing where you like the mosquito is stab you and you squeeze around it and make it explode?
No.
It's so gross. I
Have
don't
you done
understand-
that?
I've never done that. I've seen people do it, and I'm like,
People do it?
oh.
How? Really?
Yeah, they apparently you.
Well, it's the pressure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but apparently it can't get out once it's like once you start
Well, that
filling
makes
up
sense.
so fast.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And it just like you see it fill up with blood and then explode.
I need to YouTube this or something.
Oh no, it's gross.
But I've never seen it before. I'm kind of morbidly curious. I don't know.
I get the morbid curiosity. I get it.
Not often though.
PT man, that's morbid curiosity.
Yeah, more PT is a playable teaser. Is it?
Oh, I can't wait for Silent Hills.
I cannot not wait for that.
Kojima said, for the sake of it being a downloadable title, he toned down the graphics.
That's not
Which
possible.
is-
The game looks like real.
It looks
life.
pretty real. It looks pretty good. He
I-
said he toned it down.
Okay, well, I mean, that's ridiculous.
If he toned it down, it would have had to been like textures, right?
Yeah, it must have been the textures, surely. 'Cause
Like,
everything else
it
was
couldn't be
real.
models.
I don't know, man.
I mean, it could be textures.
I have
on
never
models.
seen. Honestly, I've never seen a game like a game's. To be specific now.
Like the so
I've never seen a
Uncanny
game.
Valley.
No, I've never seen a game's in-game graphics look that good.
Yeah, never ever.
I've seen, you know,
Ugh.
the Dark Souls 2 opening cutscene. That looks amazing.
Yeah.
But in-game graphics, they look fine. They look great. You know, nothing amazing, but they look good.
Yeah.
That was like in-game. That was like watching a movie. That PT trailer.
Yeah. Well, have you seen the Phantom Pain gameplay?
I have.
Like the. It's
Well, I mean, we did let's play of it.
Well, no, that was Ground Zeroes. That's
Oh.
toned down as well.
There-
Yeah. Like the Phantom Pain gameplay, it looks really good. Like the Fox engine, that's what the new Silent Hill game is being made on, and that's what Kojima and friends have been working on for a long time. Oh,
My
okay.
friends.
Kojima and friends have been working on for a long time, ever since MGS4. And dude, it looks good. Like the Fox engine lighting is insane. Gosh, I wasn't close enough to pick that up. And that was a good throw. Okay.
Well, I mean, like that said, I mean, I'm not a huge graphics fiend, you know.
No, but graphics are always nice.
Graphics are always nice, absolutely. I would never say no to good graphics. I just like sometimes companies can be like, but it looks nice. Like, is there like a game here? Well, no. But look how good it looks.
Yeah, it looks really nice, right? Well, yeah, but
is there a video game here to play?
Yeah.
You know?
That's what seems to be like a lot of the, like a lot of the sort of Five Nights at Freddy's style game. Like it's all pre-rendered backgrounds, like Resident Evil. A lot of times, you know what I mean? Like it looks really good, but you're actually only on a 2D plane.
Yeah.
It looks 3D, but it's not.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it can work. It's easy for it not to work, basically.
Yeah.
You know? It's much like DLC. You know?
Yeah.
One of those things that's really easy to mess up.
You can do good DLC, or you can be Capcom.
Yep. That is very succinct.
Or EA.
Or EA. I think EA, for like the third time in a row this year, was voted the worst company.
They can't legitimately be the worst company.
Well,
like,
it's voting, but being it's not a vote, you know. So it's there's no like scientific thing where it's like, statistically speaking, they are actually the worst company, right?
Yeah.
It's just something that's like voting.
I mean, like, okay. Oh, well, that's not a happy accident.
Yeah.
Gosh, I wish sometimes.
No, what are you doing?
I jumped next to it. It was fun. What was I gonna say? I don't know why I did that one. Oh, you have to like hold it to not look at them. It's really weird to me. It's so weird to me. I don't even remember what I was saying.
We're talking about worst companies.
Yeah, we're talking about EA.
Who is the worst company? And you said it's.
There's no way they're like millions of people buy their games.
Yeah.
So
their business procedures and stuff, right? Or...
Well then, like if they were really that bad, no one would buy their games.
Well, let's put it this way. How many Transformers movies are there?
Yeah. But people are watching them.
But they're not good movies.
No, but people are watching them. So.
Sometimes you can be a bad company, but
EA makes good games. They publish good games.
Fine, but because people put up with a company if they make good games. You know what I mean?
Is that why Capcom still exists?
Basically, yeah.
Street Fighter and MVC, and that's it.
Yep.
Essentially.
Yep.
What else do they even make that's popular? Resident Evil.
Dead Rising.
Yeah. They don't make Resident Evil, do they? Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they do. Mega Man, maybe.
No, they don't.
Ever heard of him?
They don't make Mega Man. They haven't made Mega Man in years.
Stupid.
I mean, the fans make Mega Man games and then they publish them, but they don't make Mega Man games.
No, I know they don't. So yeah, between the Mega Man games and just like the whole their policies, their DLCs and stuff like that, it just really bugs me. I'm kind of annoyed by them right now.
What are their DLCs that bugged me? I never played it. But I hear it's fine. But just the name of the DLC was the Dead Rising 3 DLC, the Dead Rising Super Dead Rising 3 Turbo Edition EX Plus Alpha or whatever. I was like, come on, like you know we don't actually like these, right? We don't like that.
Yeah, the point of that is that we're kind of making fun of you, like. We're saying that it's stupid, like that you release 10 versions of the same game with like one.
And it's not even
price for it.
Yeah, it's not even a DLC. Which first of all the patches and stuff should be updates. They shouldn't be a new game.
Yes, they should. They absolutely should.
You have a new character? Okay, that's DLC. Not a full retail release.
But why do they do it? It's like
makes money.
Because we're suckers and we buy it.
Well, and it's like, do you want to play Street Fighter on like Evo? Well, you gotta have the newest stuff. You gotta know how to, you know what I mean? So it's like they get you like that. If everyone played Street Fighter 4 vanilla, you know what I mean, at Evo, then they'd be like, Arcade edition. That's funny. Remember when they did that with Street Fighter 2? Good times.
I just... It's just so soulless to me. There's no soul to doing something like that, where it's like, there's no like vision, where it's like, I want to make a game that is like fun and engaging and just memorable and all these things. It's like, no. Corporate says we gotta make another game. Let's make another character and then we'll make it. They call it Street Fighter Super Ultimate Extra Edition.
Yeah.
You know, it's just so corporate. It's so.
Like, I have a hard time saying like a company's bad or like,
no,
they're just doing it to make money. I'm like, everyone's doing their job to make money.
They make money. I mean,
you know what I mean?
That's fair, and I get that too.
It's when they lie or when it's like clear that they don't care, but people still buy it.
Yeah.
That's what bugs me. It's not like if they're like, hey guys, you know, like kind of like how Grant Kirkhope on Guest Grumps was this is way back.
Way back. Yeah.
Was talking about how like Banjo 3, the Nuts and Bolts, was originally like a platformer, and then they were like, well, people don't like this stuff anymore.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, well, we gotta
let's change it to what people want, and then it was a colossal failure.
Let's just take out the things that make the game, make the series what it is.
Because what people wanted was Banjo 3E, not a racing game.
Yeah, not
you know what I mean?
not a shoot things.
Yeah, not a. Well, it was racing. I never played it.
No, but you know,
but like,
there's like a self-referential joke in the beginning, right, where it's like,
yeah,
people don't want this stuff anymore. They just want to shoot things.
Yeah, they want to run around and shoot things, and you're like, you think you're being clever, but you're not.
Yeah, what you're actually doing is you're
alienating.
You're alienating the people that do like your series, and that's what I'm always saying about series maintaining their status quo to a certain extent. Because there's something to be said about trying to reinvent your series and stuff like that, but don't go 180. You know? Yeah. Because then your series is not that series that everyone knows and loves. You know, if Halo from 343 became, I don't know, became a RTS, that would be. Everyone would be like, what's this? This isn't Halo, right?
What's really funny about that example is right after Halo 3, there was an RTS Halo made called Halo Wars, and everyone loved it.
Really?
Yeah. It was not made by Bungie. It wasn't made by 343. It's completely separate.
Oh.
And everyone was like, I mean, it's great. No one's going to play it because it's an RTS on a console, but it's great.
Okay, well, what I'm saying is, like...
I get what you mean, though.
Yes.
I get what you mean. Like, here's Halo the fighting game. It's like, who, what?
It's like, unless, again...
You have MK for that.
This is the stipulation. Unless the series is a separate entity. Like, if it was... You know, because, like, we got... Wait, what? From evil power, please take it with you. Use it... Wait, is this Boomerang talking to us?
It's, I'm pretty sure it's the Force God.
Oh,
like, it's his power.
Okay.
Hey, Gale Boomerang!
Right. But, like, if you think about, like, Pokemon, right? Pokemon main game is the same way that it's always been, right? But then you got... I've been in the lucky two stats, but now let's continue climbing the comb in this place. We already found something good. Let's keep searching places we haven't looked yet. We got the Pokemon series, the main series, as it is. But then there's the Mystery Dungeon series, which is a top-down dungeon crawler.
Yep. You have Snap.
You have Snap. You got Pokken.
Which I'm super stoked for Pokken.
Hopefully
I really
that comes
hope it
out
comes
in America.
I really hope it does, and a console. I hope.
Yeah, that would be good. We'll see, right? But those are like spin-off games to the main series.
Yeah.
You know, if Halo 4 was an RTS, I think that would be the problem.
Yeah, people would be upset.
Right? Because you come to understand that the game, this game is gonna offer you this. It's gonna add new things and whatever, but it's gonna offer you this, you know. And that's what happened with Banjo-Kazooie. People who liked Banjo-Kazooie the first two were like, okay, well, I want more of the same. Which is why I don't get the complaint about Super Smash or Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah.
New Super Mario Brothers, because yes, I get that you want the game to progress.
I get you want Galaxy Tree. I get it.
Yeah.
Everyone wants Galaxy Tree.
But this is a new Super Mario Brothers game, so it's part of that series. So if you don't like that kind of game,
then don't get it.
Then don't get that game, because that's part of that series.
I know everyone wants Super Mario RPG 2. I want Super Mario RPG 2 really bad. It's not gonna happen though.
Not gonna happen.
And I'm not satisfied with Paper Mario, so I don't buy them.
I am satisfied with Paper Mario, so I do buy them. But they're part of a different series there again. So branding is really the issue here, because you got. I mean, that's kind of what causes some, I don't know, clashes, I guess, between like Zelda fans, because the Zelda series has gone through many iterations.
Top-down, 2D kind of, sorta, and then 3D.
Yeah, and then 3D.
I don't like top-down. I don't like it. I've
I've
played through Zelda 1. I've played through A Link to the Past. Oh, most of it. I've played through. What else have I played through? I played through Link's Awakening. I've played through, I think Seasons.
We'll go Seasons.
Just don't like it. Just don't like it.
You like anything? Not even Link's Awakening?
Link's Awakening is different. It's nostalgic. To my knowledge, it's the very first Game Boy game I ever played.
Okay.
So, pretty much any first game on anything you ever play, you're gonna like. I think. Like, I can't think of a game that I played on a console for the very first time I didn't like.
Even like, I think you might be onto something there.
Like, what was the very first Zelda game, or the very first of any series? It's rare to find a series that the very first one you don't like, because then you wouldn't continue with the series. Like,
that's a good point, actually. Like, that's why you continue with the series in the first place, because you like the first
the first one that you played. What was the very first Zelda game I played? Zelda 2, Adventure Link. I hate the Zelda ones. I hate it. I get why people like it. I don't.
I try to get through it.
I've gone through it. I'm going through Zelda 1 and Zelda 2 right now on my 3DS to make sure my opinion isn't just nostalgia.
Yeah.
And I'll probably go through the second quest on Zelda 1. Don't like it though. I don't like it at all. But I don't go into it with a negative attitude.
Challenge to it though. You like challenge, don't you?
You call poor programming and stupid enemies. Hey, let's take the Dark Nuts. That's a good enemy. They're so bad. So bad. You know what's a good Dark Nut? Zelda 2 Dark Nut. It's good. Having to... That's a real sword fight. That's a real sword fight. You know what's not a real sword fight? Him walking into you. That's not a real sword fight. And don't say it's the technology of the time. Zelda 2 is like a year after. Bull.
Okay, well, I mean, you know.
No, not you know.
Yeah, yes, you know.
No.
It is an older game. It's a different style of game.
Oh gosh.
It wasn't a side scroller.
I get it, but like even Zelda 2, like it's only it's a side scroller sometimes, but I mean that's my thing. I love side scrollers. So that's probably why I don't like the other Zelda games. Is this the right one? Yes. It's the worst when you pick the wrong one. Yeah.
I don't know how you did not cut that monkey in half when you did that.
My sword is magical, and it actually went like this over him. It like
oh my gosh,
horizontal and then curved over him.
Sword is a Minato.
Yes, sure. I've never played Xenoblade, but yeah, Minato. Totally.
The Minato can't cut organic matter.
Really? That's cool. Well then, how does it work in Smash? Is it just like it can't cut it, but it can hit it, right? It can hit it real hard. Like.
Well, you can hit it, but it just kind of like it just acts like a. You just kind of bounce off of it.
Oh,
like
okay.
you hit a metal plate, you just like blink, you know.
That's a cool thing. Yeah. But that's what I didn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Minato only works on metal artifacts.
Okay.
So it pierces right through the metal. But
so Samus
flesh
is kind of okay. Cut through the metal. She's fine.
Yeah.
But her
so
suit's gone.
Yeah, she'd be fine. Yeah. It is kind of a cool concept. It's actually a plot point. That's the why it operates like that. It's kind of cool. But yeah.
But like,
so yeah, Zelda 1. Like, I tried playing through those one. I just couldn't do it. A lot of little things. See, like for me, that makes sense because I don't really like games like that. But you, I feel like that would be game up your alley because it's really hard.
Yeah, but it's unfair hard. Like the dark nuts are unfair. The blue wizards are unfair. They're programmed to track into you.
Mm-hmm.
So when the only way you can kill them is hitting them from the side or the back. It's not like, oh, it's a really challenging room where you gotta like duck and weave and outsmart them. It's like, no, you just gotta get lucky.
Well, I think that
when you're next to them, they don't walk next.
Again,
to
I think the issue that you're pointing out here is an issue that I have always had with hard games. Is that it's the issue of when you feel like you can't do anything. That's when frustration sets in. When there's lots of tools available to you, a number of tools available to you, a number of different tactics available to you, you don't necessarily feel like overly frustrated because you can always say to yourself after you lose, you go, okay, this time I'll try to use this weapon, or just roll more, something like that. In that game, you walk around and you slash.
Yeah, you get the red ring, which. And then at that point, once you get the red ring, you're fine. But when you have the blue ring, it's like the dark nuts still do 2 health, 2 damage.
Yeah.
Full hearts. That's a lot of hearts.
Yeah.
Considering you can get a max of 20, that's a lot of hearts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
it is.
Goodness, and I wish I didn't do that. Actually, no, this will work here. This room took me a while. The first time I played this game, I was like, I don't get it.
Sometimes it took me a while. Actually, well, I really do like a lot of really good dungeons in this. Well, I mean, again, excluding the War Temple, because
yeah, there's a lot of good and bad dungeons.
But like Arbiter's Grounds,
super good.
The
hidden city, which is like a mini
hidden
dungeon.
city, you know, great stuff.
Super good.
So, but yeah. So you're expressing what I have always expressed about the games that you play, the hard games that you play. You know, the element of just like I feel like I don't know what else I can do.
Yeah,
the
hard
difference is like you know what more things to do, so therefore you're not frustrated because you always say, okay, well I'll just jump more here instead of not. I'll roll more. I'll use a different weapon.
Yeah, that's because the hard games that I like and that I play are fair. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, Dark Souls is so punishing, unrelenting, oh my gosh.
I thought it was,
I'm like,
it was for a lot of
it only on surface level is it unrelenting. Like,
it is unrelenting though, because it's all about, you have to die here if you know this is coming, or have known about it beforehand.
But
that's what makes it punishing.
But that's because Dark Souls works differently than most other games, where it's like, death isn't that big of a deal. The iteration time's pretty good. It's like, you're not that far back. Like, if you think Dark Souls 2 was unfair with some of the bonfires, most of the bonfires in Dark Souls 1, like, there's less overall in between with the same amount of land. So it's like, Dark Souls 1 is just harder because there's less checkpoints, essentially.
See, I just see why it has to be that way in order for a game to be interesting. Like,
but it's interesting because combat's interesting. Now, you were playing caster. That's not a Dark Souls thing. Now, unfortunately, that's in Dark Souls. You shouldn't be able to cast if the game's not good for casters. You shouldn't be able to cast. If they want to make a sword and board game or a thief,
the only reason
you should make a sword and board game.
I said this before. The only reason I like casters is because generally casters can do more things. Whatever class can do most things is the class I want to play as.
Yeah.
Because that's the one that has the most options. The one that will be the least frustrating because you'll always be like, I'm gonna use this spell this time. You come up with a strategy more readily when it's beyond just I'm gonna go and hit things and then you die and you're like, okay, I'll try hitting things more. Like, you know what I mean? Like, get good is not a very helpful thing when you're trying to figure out how to beat a boss.
Yeah.
There's some trick. There's some dynamic to battle system that should be in place. So that way you can look at your character and go, okay, if I use these skills and these weapons and armor and all this stuff, then I should be able to overcome the difficulty, within reason.
Well, that's to me, Dark Souls has that, and that's like a lot of the times in that Let's Play, I felt like I failed you because there's stuff I didn't know. Because we did that relatively early on in the game's life cycle. I know it came out way after, but we did that maybe half a month after that game came out, and like at that point, that was the first Souls game I'd beaten. So I didn't even know you could do stuff like power stance weapons, which is like, for instance, if I had 2 scimitars and my stats were good enough, I could. You know how you would like hold Y to put the left-hand weapon, like to make that the only weapon you're holding? If you have the stats for it, you can power stance the same weapon, and then you do some like crazy acrobatic moves. So like with the Siestas, which is the brass knuckles, or the Cestus or whatever it's called. You do like this thing where you're spinning around and bashing them with the back and jumping and like beating them, and it's really cool, but you have no defense. So it's like. It's really flashy and it does a ton of damage and it staggers enemies.
Well, that's why. Like when I was playing the game, I was like, you know, what would make this game great is if I could respec for free without any problem. Because then it'd be like, wow.
To be fair, though,
I could do anything here. If you're gonna look at a boss, you're like, okay, I'm gonna get frustrated because I'm gonna see if I can do better in this strategy or whatever. Right? And that.
To be fair, you can respec 5 times every run. To be fair, so if you need to respec more than that, that might be an issue. I get why you would, like if you're just like, screwing around and testing stuff out.
So I would want to do that because then it's like,
but like that's why you make
that much more
characters.
Freedom. I guess.
And I get why it's like multiple characters. That's lame. But I mean, like those games are known to be like this game's hard. You know what I mean? Like this is what it's here for.
Yeah.
So, but I really like those hard games. I think those are good. Those are challenging. They're not. Do I have the boss key? I don't think I have the boss key. Where's the boss key? Oops.
Only 1 floor in this place.
I've been in every room. I don't think it's in this room. Anyway.
Did you have the compass somewhere?
Did I even... Yeah, I have the compass, because...
You should show the treasure chest then, shouldn't it?
I'm not sure if it does in this game. Well, Hold on. Let's see. Oh, no, this is the way out. But Zelda 1 is not good hard. It's unfair hard.
But see, I would chalk that up to a lack of options when you're during combat.
Well, yeah.
There's no dynamics in combat, and therefore, when something happens that's difficult, you feel like you can't do anything about it. It's like, great, I died. What did I learn? Nothing. So you're gonna go in there, you're gonna spend all the time getting back there, and you've learned nothing about the battle. You don't know how to approach it any more than you did the first time. So that's incredibly frustrating.
You're absolutely right. There's, like, in Zelda 1, it's not like you can just pull out an arrow and kill an enemy. You know what I mean? It's like, mostly it's your sword and that's it.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, you have to kill Goma with an arrow. Well, a Dark Nut isn't affected by arrows. And neither is a Wizrobe. So it's like...
Which, you know, for our modern minds, that's beyond conventions. Cause, like,
yeah, you're like...
You see a Goma, you shoot it in the eye, which is what you do.
Yeah. Well, like, even now, you see a Stalfos, you're like, well, I can at least make him block and slow down when I shoot an arrow at him.
Yeah.
Like, goodness. Like,
maybe it's just a symptom of just an old game where they hadn't fleshed out monster mechanics yet. You know?
I guess, but I mean, like...
I'm not saying it's necessarily good. Again, I agree with you that I'm not a fan of Zelda 1 myself. I tried, but you know.
Like a lot of people like it, and Zelda's a game series I love.
Oh yeah.
And I wish I loved Zelda. I wish there wasn't a single Zelda I didn't like. But A Link to the Past doesn't hold my attention. Like that's why I was really close to buying A Link Between Worlds, and I was like, I bought Ocarina of Time 3D for the 3rd time. I lost it twice, but the 3rd time I bought it.
Really?
Because yeah, I felt like an idiot because I lost it so many times. But it's like, it's like, yeah, I could buy a new Zelda game that's top-down that I might like, or I can buy a game that now that I'm not blinded by nostalgia glasses, yeah, there's some issues with Ocarina, for sure.
Yeah.
But I still find it more enjoyable. Not because of nostalgia, but because I just like the control scheme better.
Yeah.
I just like, I like moving around in a 3D space versus I see everything, like I see everything, there's not really any dynamics to being surprised. It's like, yeah, there's all these guys over here, just stab, 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 stab,
Right,
arrow,
right.
you're good. Like here it's like, you're flipping, you're doing stuff, and yeah, like, we've had this, we've had this discussion about Aaron's sequelitis about Ocarina of Time and A Link to the Past,
Yes.
where it's like, hey, is jumping across these things? Oh gosh, I did it again.
Close that time.
Is jumping across these not good? If jumping across these ledges really treacherous? Is it really something? I'm like, no, it's not designed to be treacherous. It's designed to be fun because looking at Link jumping is fun. Jumping across stuff is fun.
Right.
It's not there to be hard. It's there to be fun.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like, okay.
So like even you, like, going back to our previous
Yeah.
conversation, even you can be like, even you say that even though you're a competitive player, you still like things can be fun because they're fun.
Yeah, things need to be fun because they're fun. Like, if you had a whole game that was just like getting pounded in the face with this like so hard, dude, and just like, man, have fun running through this entire temple. There's no jumping, there's no dodging, run in a straight line because we're going to the boss and that's it. You know what I mean? It's like
It's 13.
Oh, there you go. It's
Hallway
like
13.
at least throw in a jump there or make me climb up this thing to at least give me some sort of like, oh man, this temple is treacherous. I have to climb up this. If I fall, I could hurt myself. I could die.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just it's the mentality. It's not that the game is hard. It's that you're giving me the illusion of like this is treacherous.
And these days, there's a fun aspect to your environment itself.
Yeah, to seeing how your character interacts.
You're going through everything and and like climbing things, and you're like, well, look at this, and you get to look at the landscape.
It's a sense of discovery.
Discovery. It's a sense of fun almost to that in itself.
Yeah, where like the top-down Zeldas are like you walk in a room and you see everything. You're like, okay.
Uh-oh.
I get it.
Wide open there.
Yeah. Well, I don't think they can get me back here.
Like, can they shoot stuff at you? Oh.
Oh, man. It's crazy how much I forget about this game. Alright, whatever. Get that one.
But yeah, I mean, I'm okay with the, even though Ocarina was my first Zelda game, I'm okay with the past and stuff. Not my favorite, but it is alright. And again, it's not a broken record here, but the reason why I'm actually pretty okay with Link to the Past is how much stuff he gets. He gets the most stuff.
He gets a ton of stuff.
Out of everybody.
Fire Rod, Ice Rod,
the
13 rings.
The Can of Samaria, the 3 medallions, the different rings. It's good. It's good.
The 2 different kinds of swords, right?
Different kinds of swords. We got the, you can even like have like a bee if you really wanted it. Because to me, I mean, there's a limit. There's probably a limit to it, but for me, the most part, most games have too few things. I think.
Yeah.
If games have more things, you can do more. You can use your imagination and you can explore. You know, again, I always use this as an example because it's a great example. Pokemon, it's got this down. There is so much freedom in that game that if you ever feel like you're getting stuck, aside from getting levels, you can be like, okay, I'm gonna try using different Pokemon. I'm gonna try using one of these other guys in my delivery box. Get that type or different skill or something like that. And there you go. That changes the whole flow of the battle. It's great.
Speaking of a boss not being hard or treacherous, but making you feel good, is definitely the music when you start attacking them. It's like da 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 da. It's great.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
But what was I gonna say? I had like a legitimate thing to say. I forget. The only testament to me even being a Zelda fan is my brother.
Right.
I played Zelda 2, then I played Zelda 1, then I played A Link to the Past. I didn't like, and I played Link's Awakening. I like Link's Awakening because it was like, I can play something on the go. What is this?
Right.
But like, I was like, I don't care if it's not 3D Zelda, whatever, 3D Zelda is this. But I was like, I didn't like them. And then my brother for Christmas got Ocarina of Time, and I was just like blown away. I was like, how is this the same thing?
Yeah.
How?
So maybe that's the issue, like, kind of the issue is like.
It felt more epic.
Yeah, it felt more epic, and it's like. Maybe
It seemed like you were more of
having.
Someone overcoming something hard, like something like heroic, rather than just being like,
was it the first
I
game?
walk in this thing, stab some legs, they steal my 160 rupee shield, and I get angry.
It was the first game.
I'm like, that's 160 rupees. You understand how long it takes to farm rupees in Zelda 1? You know what you do? You go to the freaking money-making game, and you save state before, because it doesn't switch. And you go, this one? Nope, save state back. This one. I want this.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that kept me sane. I had to buy so much medicine in that game. It was the worst.
Worst.
The red potion, sorry. But they call it medicine. It's the worst. Sorry.
Well, maybe that's part of the issue, right? Is like, Zelda has changed so much that's like, many people are having sort of a Zelda issue, much like how we have issues with other series.
They might be getting Zelda fatigue.
I don't know about Zelda fatigue. I think it's just a matter of like
fatigue, sort of deal.
No, I think it's more just a matter of I want another Majora's Mask.
Yeah.
But
I hear
this is a Twilight Princess game.
Yeah.
You know, like they're different games.
We doing a 3-heart challenge?
No.
Okay.
Get that heart piece, heart container.
Yay.
Yeah. We just got one of the few shadows.
Yeah.
I think it's called.
One of 3 that we need to get?
I believe. 3. Next level should be Death Mountain.
Death Mountain. Yeah, I want to save. Dang straight, I want to save.
Yep.
Oktuki.
Huh. So yeah, it's not so much series fatigue, but it's just like a different series, and so it's like people are like, that's why everyone was so excited about A Link Between Worlds, because everyone was like, when are we gonna get A Link to the Past 2?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, here it is.
Yeah.
Right?
I'd love a Majora's Mask too.
So
heck, I'd love Majora's Mask on my 3DS.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's even HD. I'll take it.
Go east, very fun and land by the spirit Eldin, which is the fiery one. And you will find those who seek.
Dude, it would be sweet having Majora's Mask 2, considering Link doesn't die in Majora's Mask.
Yes.
Or go crazy or whatever. It'd be sweet to have it sort of deal like him growing up, being a human, or being an adult for real, not having the Master Sword make him an adult.
No.
And him going through a quest while he's getting beaten down. Yeah, I mean, like, if you want to make Majora's Mask 2, it has to be depressing. So maybe he dies at the end. Maybe, like, that's how you find out how he turns into a Stalfos.
Yeah,
maybe he
cool.
has the armor at the end of the game. He has the armor of the Shade in this game.
Yeah.
And, like, he has the moss starting to grow on him as he's, like, lying, like, accepting his fate because he's, like, he's so wounded.
Right.
Maybe that's the first Link that failed.
That's
Maybe
cool.
this is the first Link that died. You know what I mean? Well, I mean, other than in the timeline when they split it.
I don't know.
But
I don't think he has to fail. Like, he can just fight till he's got like no life in him.
Yeah, you could you could be the whole Castlevania thing. And Simon died from his wounds because they were too great. You know what I mean? Like,
right?
he won. He killed Dracula.
I thought like to think that Link that was what happened to Link, that he would just like fight a whole horde off, and like he would just die.
Like how Zack goes out in Final Fantasy.
Kind of like how Zack goes out, yeah. Where he's like still gripping his sword, he just like goes out and he just dies.
Then you have a super emotional teenager be like, no.
If you've ever fully appreciated the ending of Crisis Core, that scene is awesome.
It's pretty good.
So good.
This is pretty good. I've seen the clip. I haven't seen Crisis Core, but I have seen the clip of stuff.
Like when that music, that acoustic guitar comes in, and he's just fighting off every guy.
Yeah.
and they're swarming him, and
he's like, he's smiling, but there's like the blood trickling down his face.
You're playing that part. Like you're actually you're beating up every guy. You're getting through them. More keep coming. More keep coming. Eventually, you just can't win anymore. It's so cool.
There's a moment like that at the end of Halo Reach. Dude, it's so good. In Halo Reach, spoilers, I guess. I mean, it's not really a spoiler if you know anything about the Halo series. Let me go get Epona. Epona's back here, right?
Yeah.
Before we end this episode, because it's 45 minutes, because it's one episode per temple.
That's how it's gonna work?
Yeah. So prepare for like an hour and a half for the water temple.
Oh my goodness.
But it's not
sure
gonna be
we're
that
gonna
long.
have to. Oh,
it won't be that long, trust me. I'm pretty sure I remember how to do it. But you get to the point where all your squad mates have been killed off, and you're just trying to get Cortana to the Pillar of Autumn to get her off Reach, because Reach falls. Reach gets glassed, the entire planet, to become useless.
Well, use the grass. Call her.
Oh, I thought I had to go get her because she's wounded, right?
Well, I mean, you just use the grass to call her, right?
Oh, okay. But you get to the point where you're just like, you do the final thing where like Captain Keyes is like, come on, get on the Pillar of Autumn. Yeah, I have to go get her.
Okay.
He's like, come on the Pillar of Autumn. And he's like, someone has to keep this ship safe as it leaves.
Right.
And he's just like, you know, it's kind of like the salute, like
salute
you
thing.
both know
that
you're gonna die.
Yeah.
But you're doing it to, and it's like get to the point where you're killing all these aliens, all the Covenant, and you get shot, and your helmet cracks, and it's cracking a whole bunch. Yeah. And the last cutscene is you fighting off all these elites, and like they tear your helmet off, and you're just like fist fighting all these elites, and it's super cool, and they just keep jumping on you. And then it just cuts to like after like a huge battle, you see like a sword going through down into like a group of elites. So you know you die there.
Yeah.
It just kind of like pans over to your helmet, and that's the opening shot of the game. It was a helmet, and it was yours.
Right.
And it's like that's cool. This is a cool ending.
That's a cool ending, man.
Actually, I really have no idea where Epona is. Maybe she's back at the. No, she's in Hyrule Field, isn't she? Doesn't someone have her?
Maybe. Go back to Hyrule Field then.
Okay, well, let me check. Anyway, we'll get her, and then we'll meet you guys back in. We'll meet her and get you. Talk. We'll get her, and meet you guys back in Hyrule Field. See you.